kid can throw from his ass and go 40, 50 yards.
Hey, but he's no big Nick Foles.
Big Richard.
He's got a chance certainly to go maybe number one, certainly top 5, worst case scenario top 10. Yeah. And I want to play something for you. I think it's an interesting look into his competitive soul, his football soul, possibly without playing this up too much, a foreshadow to his future success. Listen to Josh Allen, and then I think there's something deeper that we can delve into with the other guys, Sam Darnold, of course, Josh Rosen, and even Baker Mayfield. Go ahead, guys.
If I'm fortunate enough to become a Cleveland Brown, you can expect everything from me. I'm going to give everything because I want to be the guy that, turns around the Cleveland Browns. And, I kind of jokingly say it, like, the guy who's able to do that is going to be immortalized in Cleveland forever.
Okay, now, just because he's taking a pretty aggressive stance and embracing the enormity of the stage and the task at hand doesn't mean it's going to work out.
Yeah.
But I like hearing that.
I like that.
I like hearing that.
Which he is going to attack this. Also, he's locking to be number one. Huh? I don't know if maybe we have heard this in the recent past. I think that in the far past, we certainly saw lobbying for number one because the way that the contracts work, it was slotted. So if you were the number one overall pick, you had free reign to negotiate whatever the heck you wanted. And so you wanted to go number one. But recently you haven't heard that, especially because it's been like the Browns. Bad teaming. You really want to go to the Browns? They're perpetually terrible. So his rationale is what catches me, though. He realizes that, there's not many places that you can go and be an icon, be immortalized. But if you go to Cleveland and you turn them into a winner, and you got the bid, win a Super Bowl, they're going to put a statue of you. He can do this in his 4th year. They put a statue up outside of him.